you guys? How are you all doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic as always. Today we are going to be talking about the 2019 Rolls Royce Cullinan, or Cullinan. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but right off the bat, I know a lot of my subscribers that are watching are probably like, Omar, what the heck are you doing talking about a luxury vehicle? This is a tuner car channel, sports cars, supercar focused channel. What are you doing talking about this tank of a Rolls Royce? Well, every once in a while, a new car is debuted, and sometimes it just catches my attention or my eye, and I just want to talk about it and just share my opinions and thoughts, specifically because the Cullinan is a very interesting car, in my opinion. Just getting straight off the bat, as you guys can tell from the title, I'm not really a fan of this thing. The Rolls Royce Cullinan, in my opinion, is not a very good-looking SUV. Especially when compared to a lot of its competition. You have things like the Range Rover SVR Autobiography, you have the Bentley Bentayga, the Lamborghini Urus, you know, a lot of those cars which are not only cheaper than the Rolls Royce Cullinan, but they're also a lot better looking in my opinion. This Rolls Royce SUV honestly looks like they took the Phantom and then just extended the roofline up a little bit higher to make room for some taller people, and you know, just kind of smudge the trunk in a little bit to make it more of like a hatch for the SUV. And I don't think it looks good in the slightest. I think it honestly looks like a Range Rover knockoff in a very bad way. It is way too boxy. From the front, it looks like a semi-truck. If you're looking at it, it looks like a Peterbilt or Kenworth 18-wheeler truck that would be hauling a trailer across a freeway or something like that. It really just doesn't look appealing to me. And don't get me wrong, Rolls-Royce has a very signature design, and this car looks very Rolls-Royce, but as an SUV, it just doesn't fit. Obviously, I know design and looks are very subjective. I know I'll probably get a lot of hate for this video if it gets a good amount of views. I can definitely expect that. But at the same time, like, I just don't like the way the car looks. I don't think that it's particularly good looking. I think like something like the Urus or the Autobiography or the Bentley Bentayga look much better. Just the lines flow a lot nicer, and it just doesn't look so boxy. Now, the Rolls Royce Cullinan is actually named after the world's most expensive diamond ever discovered, which was called the Cullinan, obviously. It looks nothing like a diamond, nor does it resemble anything like a diamond, and because of the fact that it's not good looking, I don't know why they named it after such a highly prized gem or whatever. And in addition to that, this car starts at $325,000 MSRP, which is pretty expensive for an SUV. To put that into perspective with the diamond, it's actually worth about 1/100th of the diamond's estimated value, which is roughly 1%. So as far as the name goes, I'm not really sure what they were thinking. Doesn't look like a diamond. Yeah, maybe it has the prestige, I guess, because of the Rolls-Royce name, but at the end of the day, like, I don't know. I guess people would only buy this car just to have the clout to say like, yeah, I own the Rolls-Royce SUV, the Cullinan or whatever. Let's get more into the specs of this thing. So it has a twin-turbo V12. It's like 6.75 liters, very similar to the one that BMW uses in the M760i. And it produces about 557 horsepower or something like that, 600 plus pound-feet of torque. You know, it's got a lot of power, but at the same time, this thing weighs almost 6,000 pounds. I think it's like 90 something pounds, and it's obviously not a light car. Now, the other thing is, this is a twin turbo V12 we're talking about, 500 plus horsepower, 600 plus pound-feet of torque. A car like the Range Rover Autobiography has a supercharged V8, and that's producing 555 horsepower. The Urus is in the 600 horsepower range, I believe. Don't quote me on that. The Bentley Bentayga is pretty powerful as well. And keep in mind, these are cars that cost like at least 60 to 70, if not $100,000 less. And in addition to that, they're putting the same output from V8 motors, and it's not using a V12. So when you buy this car, you also have to swallow a fat gas guzzler tax of like $6,000 or something like that. Obviously, the people that are going to be buying this car could care less because that's pocket change, you know, it's whatever. It's not impressive to me. The numbers aren't impressive. Rolls-Royce is claiming that this is a very off-road capable car, but who would buy a Rolls-Royce SUV to take it off-roading? I mean, maybe if you live in the Middle East and you want to go take it in sand dunes or something like that, then I guess, but even then, why not buy the new redesigned G-Wagons, the G-Class? that Mercedes completely redesigned and is a much more capable off-roader car, and pretty much all the competition SUVs can do very similar things as well. And going back to the luxury aspect, that's what Rolls-Royce is known for. They make an interesting case because, don't get me wrong, Rolls-Royces are nice. They have beautiful interiors. I was fortunate enough to sit in the new Rolls-Royce Phantom interior, and don't get me wrong, it's a really nice place to be. It's plush, the materials are, you know, so nice, and everything feels handcrafted. Very nice, supple interior. It's a nice interior, but I can't help but think something like a Mercedes S-Class or a Maybach boasts a better interior. You know, Rolls-Royce has this very traditional look with analog gauges and all kinds of other stuff, and that's quite, at the end of the day, the fact that they're choosing this more traditional look over something like the more modern, technological, you know, flowy design that a lot of modern luxury cars have is really putting them, you know, one step behind of the competition, in my opinion. Mercedes-Benz still has very high quality materials, you know, nice flowing design and everything, and they still are able to put such a nice, classy, digital touch to the interior and with technology and whatnot. So I just really don't think that the interior is that much nicer than something like an S-Class. The car is wildly expensive, you know, $325,000 for an SUV, plus all the other additional fees, and then with options and all the other stuff. It's gonna be one hell of an expensive car. It's going to depreciate like a freaking brick. It comes equipped with a lot of technology as well. They were saying like it has, you know, night vision cameras and heads-up displays and all sorts of stuff like that. Great, it should have that. A BMW 3 Series has a heads-up display. If you're spending nearly 350 grand for a luxurious SUV, it should have those things, honestly. So it doesn't look good in my opinion. It's way too boxy. It looks like a semi-truck from the front. My opinion only goes so far. I have to see the car in person. I'd have to ride in it to really get a feel for it. Not saying that my opinion won't change on the car, but from first impressions, honestly disappointed, especially with the amount of teasers and, you know, kind of hype that was being built for this car. Really was expecting a little bit more, to be honest, as far as the design goes, as far as the interior quality goes. And, you know, I know at the end of the day, it's still a nice car. Right off the bat, we know this is going to be a good car. But I just can't help but think that it could have been a lot better out the box, especially when you see what the competition has to offer. So many nice performance luxury SUVs, and Rolls-Royce comes out with theirs, and it's a letdown in my opinion. So from my first impressions, that's what I get. Anyway guys, if you did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like as well as subscribe to the YouTube channel, Simply Car Things, down below. I'll be having many more videos posted for you guys very soon. In addition to that, leave a comment below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? What is your thoughts on the new Rolls Royce Cullinan? You guys know my opinion on it, so I want to know yours. I'm very curious, and let's have a discussion in the comments down below. Anyway, I will catch you guys all in the next one. Take it easy, guys.